Hello folks, this is Symbolic for the Council of 12. Each week on Saturdays at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time we have our show on blogtalkradio.com, and following each show we are going to be doing a summary video setting forth the problem, the issues that were talked about, and the solutions that were offered by the Council, and also the solutions that were gathered either from the chat room or from callers. So this is a summary video for our meeting of October 3rd, 2009, which was the first full-length one-hour meeting of the Council on blogtalkradio.com. So the main issue on the table, or I should say the sole issue on the table, was the recent killing of Derrion Albert in Chicago. Derrion was a youth, an honor student, who was beaten to death with boards by gang members. Many people stood by and watched. No one intervened, and basically Derrion was killed. So that's the essential problem posed to the Council for solutions. And so we had a number of solutions offered. There were 5 Council members on the show. I'll go through and give you the solutions that they came up with, and I'll also talk about the solutions that callers and people in the chat room made. T-Mott of GA, his solution was a reporting mechanism that basically people hesitate to turn in offenders or give the identity of offenders or give information out of fear. So there needs to be a reporting mechanism that people can use to provide information to the police, to the authorities, to stop this behavior from happening in the future. That would take the form of a website on which people could anonymously report information. The anonymity would guarantee them that there would be they would not have to fear retaliation or reprisal from any gang members or anyone else. The next solution was from Angels Nup 07. Angels addressed the need to change the mentality of today's youth, and to explore efforts to actually change the mentality so this behavior does not occur again. And Angels did a video on the topic, so you may want to see his channel, visit his channel, watch the video. His username is Angels Nup 07. I'll put a link in the description box. AJ Sensei felt that it would be helpful to have mentorship programs made up of a diverse group of people who could mentor youth and help them resolve problems and help guide them so that this sort of behavior did not recur. Symbolic suggested trips to the wilderness, basically getting out of the city where challenges are not presented by each other, but challenges are presented by the natural environment itself, surviving in nature, dealing with things like huge bears, the sight of which tends to unify people very quickly. Liberatingtruth, Elder Edwards, recommended basically that the community intervene and talk to the youth and challenge the youth when they see behavior that is just not constructive. People need to feel that the community is watching them, and this generated a number of ideas from the Council and from the chat room and the callers as to how this presence could be achieved, taking the form of everything from posters to leaflets to community members simply being present and talking to the youth, to things being implemented through community organizations and churches, one person in the chat room said that in their country, blocks pay, a block of individuals will pay for, in essence, someone to watch, for a watcher. Someone mentioned the Guardian Angels, a group that would sort of youth that would sort of patrol areas. However, then we entered into a discussion as to what was the healthiest face to put on things, the healthiest face that the community could put on things. Whether you wanted a sort of a to make an enforcement presence, whether that was really helpful, or whether it was indeed better for members of the community themselves to just deal directly with the youth, talk to the youth, guide the youth, let them know, hey, this is, this behavior you should not be doing. This is not tolerable behavior, and deal with it as a community, individuals in the community dealing with it. That is about it. There were other ideas that branched off that, ideas regarding the self-esteem of youth, activities for youth, parents forming informal networks to talk about these issues, calling each other, keeping each other involved and apprised, and sort of so I guess you would call it a community watch sort of idea. Those were the basic solutions. I may have, there were a lot of them. We were brainstorming, so I may have missed some of the solutions, but that was the gist of the, that was the core and the gist of the solutions that were presented. Thanks to everybody who participated. I encourage everyone else to participate. The internet, we have access to thousands of minds, as Angel says, or millions of minds, and there are lots of solutions out there that people can craft that other people would just simply not think of, because their experience has not been the same, or their set of assumptions are not the same. So the reach of the internet really will help us to craft more and more solutions, which can be adopted by various communities. Our next show is going to be Saturday, October 10th, which happens to be today. And we have a new issue on the table. As part of the show, we will be updating you as to which of the solutions on last week's show, October 3rd, that I've now summarized, which of those solutions the Council has adopted as the most practical and pragmatic of plans that can be implemented, and the progress of any implementation that has taken place. One thing we discussed was that a barrier to practical implementation, excuse me, one of the barriers is cost. So our solutions really should be geared to be very low cost, if any cost at all. Low-cost solutions, and that's an important factor in making sure that the plan that we adopt is actionable and implementable in the real world, rather than just in the world of ideas. That's the story, folks. I look forward to seeing you on today's show. Today's Saturday, October 10th. The show is going to be at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 4 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Mountain, and 2 o'clock Pacific West Coast Time. Bring your issues, bring your solutions, and put them on the table. Following the show, I'll be doing another summary video of that show, so that you'll have that. We will post these summary videos on the blogtalkradio.com website and on YouTube on the Council of 12 group. So it will be posted in both places, and we look forward to communicating with you, brainstorming with you, and crafting solutions with you. Thank you.